20 plants that recover your body fast. Have you ever felt tired, without energy, or with your body feeling a little stuck? Sometimes, we go through busy days, sleep poorly, eat junk food, or get stressed, and the body responds with pain, tiredness, or even illness. But did you know that some plants can help give your body strength to recover faster? They are not miraculous, but they have properties that help reduce inflammation, give energy, improve sleep, and even strengthen immunity. In this text, we are going to talk about 20 easy-to-find plants that can help you feel better. You don't need to be an herbal expert or spend a lot of money. Many of them you've seen at the fair, in your grandmother's backyard, or even in the supermarket. We will explain how each one works, in a simple way, as if we were talking in the kitchen while preparing tea. Why do plants help? Before listing the 20, it's good to understand why plants are good for you. They have natural substances that our body recognizes and uses to heal itself. For example, antioxidants. They are like cleaners who clean dirt that makes the body sluggish. Imagine that your body is a house. If you don't clean it, dust accumulates and everything becomes more difficult to function. Antioxidants do this cleaning. Vitamins and minerals. They are like fuel. If you don't put gas in your car, it won't run. If your body doesn't get vitamins, it becomes weak. Anti-inflammatory substances. When you get injured or have the flu, the body becomes inflamed. It becomes red, hot, painful. Some plants help reduce this inflammation, like ice on a wound. Now, let's go to the 20 plants. We will explain one by one how to use it and what it is for. 1. Rosemary. Have you ever smelled that good smell of rosemary in your food? In addition to making the meat tastier, it helps memory and gives energy. If you are forgetful or have a tired head, drinking rosemary tea can help. It is also good for headaches caused by tiredness. How to use. Make a tea with 1 teaspoon of dried leaves in a cup of hot water. Drink once a day. 2. Ginger. Ginger is that yellow stick you see in the market. It's great for when you have nausea, a sore throat, or a cold. It also helps with digestion. If you've eaten too much and are feeling heavy, ginger tea can help. How to use. Grate a small piece, the size of a fingernail, into a cup of hot water. Drink before meals or when you feel sick. 3. Chamomile. Chamomile is famous for calming. If you are stressed, have insomnia, or have a nervous stomach upset, it helps. It's like a hug in the form of tea. How to use. Put 1 tablespoon of dried flowers in a cup of hot water. Drink before bed or when you feel anxious. 4. Mint. Mint refreshes the mouth, but also helps with digestion and relieves headaches. If you ate something that didn't sit well, mint tea could be the solution. It's also good for when you have nasal congestion. How to use. Make tea with 5 fresh leaves in a cup of hot water. Drink after meals. 5. Garlic. Garlic is a kitchen superhero. It helps lower blood pressure, fights flu and colds, and even protects the heart. If you're feeling weak or have a low immune system, eating raw garlic, or in capsule form, can give you a boost. How to use. Crush 1 clove of garlic and let it rest for 10 minutes. This activates its properties. Then, mix it with honey or olive oil and drink. If you don't like the taste, you can swallow it like a pill. 6. Aloe vera. Aloe vera. Aloe vera is that slimy plant that many people have at home. It is great for burns, cuts, and even hydrating the skin. If you've been burned in the sun or have a small wound, applying aloe vera gel helps it heal faster. It is also good to drink in juice, but be careful, as too much can cause diarrhea. How to use. Cut a leaf, remove the gel and apply it to the skin. For juice, mix 1 tablespoon of the gel in water or fruit juice. 7. Turmeric. Turmeric. Turmeric is that yellow powder that gives rice its color. It is anti-inflammatory and helps with joint pain, such as arthritis. If you have muscle pain after working out or feel swollen joints, turmeric can provide relief. How to use. Mix 1 teaspoon in a glass of hot milk, can be vegetable milk. Drink once a day. 8. Lemon balm. Lemon balm is similar to mint, but has a milder smell. It calms the nerves, aids digestion, and relieves cramps. If your stomach is tight with anxiety, lemon balm tea can relax you. How to use. Make a tea with 5 fresh leaves or 1 teaspoon of dried leaves in hot water. Drink at night or when you are stressed. 9. Boldo. Boldo is famous for helping the liver. If you drank too much or ate a lot of fat, Boldo can alleviate your hangover and poor digestion. But be careful, don't take it every day, because too much can be harmful. How to use. Make a tea with 1 fresh leaf or 1 teaspoon of dried leaves in a cup of hot water. Drink once a day at most. 10. Arnica. Arnica is a plant that many people know because of its gel or ointment. It is great for muscle pain, bumps, and swelling. If you've banged your knee or have back pain, applying arnica may help. How to use: apply the gel or make a compress with arnica tea, but do not drink the tea, as it can be toxic. 11. Guaco. Guaco is a plant that helps relieve coughs and bronchitis. If your chest is wheezing or has a lot of secretions, guaco syrup can clear your airways. How to use: make a homemade syrup with guaco leaves, honey, and water. Boil 10 leaves in 1 liter of water for 10 minutes. Strain and mix with honey. Take 1 tablespoon 3 times a day. 12. Calendula. Calendula is an orange flower that helps heal wounds and soothe skin irritation. If you have a diaper rash, mild burn, or dry skin, calendula ointments are great. How to use: apply the ointment or make a tea with the petals to wash your skin. 13. Dandelion. The dandelion is that little plant that grows in the backyard and has yellow flowers. It helps detoxify the liver and kidneys. If you're feeling bloated or your skin is full of pimples, it could be a sign that your body needs a cleanse. How to use: make a tea with 1 teaspoon of dried leaves in hot water. Drink once a day. 14. Sage. Sage is an herb that helps with memory and soothes a sore throat. If you're studying for a test or have a sore throat, sage tea can help. How to use: make a tea with 5 fresh leaves or 1 teaspoon of dried leaves in hot water. Drink or use to gargle. 15. Nettle. Nettle is that little plant that burns when we touch it. But, when prepared correctly, it helps to reduce inflammation and relieve joint pain. It is also good for anemia, because it has iron. How to use: make a tea with 1 teaspoon of dried leaves in hot water. Drink once a day, but don't use the fresh leaves, as they can burn your mouth. 16. Basil. Basil isn't just for making tomato sauce. It helps with digestion, relieves headaches, and even combats bad breath. If you've eaten something heavy and are feeling unwell, basil tea can help. How to use: make tea with 5 fresh leaves in hot water. Drink after meals. 17. Losna. Wormwood is a bitter plant that helps with digestion and fights worms. If you have a tummy ache or suspect parasites, wormwood may be helpful. But be careful, don't take it for too long, because it is strong. How to use: make a tea with 1 teaspoon of dried leaves in hot water. Drink once a day, for a maximum of 3 days. 18. Lemongrass, or lemongrass. Lemongrass is the fragrant one that many people use to make tea. It helps to calm down, relieve headaches, and even lower blood pressure. If you are stressed or have a migraine, lemongrass tea can help you relax. How to use: make tea with 2 fresh stems in hot water. Drink at night or when you feel anxious. 19. Horsetail. Horsetail is a plant that looks like a horse's tail. It helps to strengthen bones, nails, and hair, because it has a lot of silicon. If you have brittle nails or hair falling out, horsetail can help. How to use: make a tea with 1 tablespoon of dried leaves in 1 liter of water. Drink a cup a day. 20. Espinharisanta. Espinharisanta is famous for protecting the stomach. If you have gastritis, heartburn, or poor digestion, it can alleviate it. How to use: make a tea with 1 teaspoon of dried leaves in hot water. Drink before meals. How to use these plants in everyday life. Now that you know the 20 plants, how do you put them into your routine? Here are some practical tips. Teas, the easiest way. Just boil water, add the plant and let it rest for 5 to 10 minutes. Compresses. For pain or inflammation on the skin, soak a cloth in the tea and apply it to the area. Juice or flavored water. Some plants, such as mint or lemongrass, can be used to flavor water. Seasoning. Garlic, turmeric, rosemary, and basil can be used in food. Oils and ointments. Some plants, such as arnica and calendula, are sold in ointment form. Important precautions: plants help, but they do not replace a doctor. If you are sick or taking medication, talk to a professional before using any plants. Some of them can interact with medications or cause harm in excess. For example, bilberry and wormwood, do not take for a long time. Arnica, do not drink the tea, only use it on the skin. Nettle, do not use fresh leaves. Final summary: plants are powerful allies to help the body recover. They don't work miracles, but they give you natural strength to feel better. In this text, we saw 20 easy-to-find plants. 1. Rosemary, energy and memory. 2. Ginger, sickness and cold. 3. Chamomile, soothing. 4. Mint, digestion and headache. 5. Garlic, immunity. 6. Aloe vera, burns and skin. 7. Turmeric, anti-inflammatory. 8. Lemon balm, anxiety. 9. Boldo, liver. 10. Arnica, pains and shocks. 11. Guaco, cough. 12. Calendula, skin. 13. Dandelion, detox. 14. Sage, throat and memory. 15. Nettle, joints and anemia. 16. Basil, digestion. 17. Wormwood, worms. 18. Lemongrass, soothing. 19. Horsetail, bones and hair. 20. Espinharisanta, stomach. To use, choose the plant that best matches what you are feeling and prepare a tea, juice, or ointment. Remember that the body recovers better when we take care of it on a daily basis. Sleeping well, eating right, and drinking water. Plants are a complement, not a magic solution. Experiment, see what works for you, and enjoy the benefits of nature. Here are some practical tips on how to use these plants in your daily life in a simple and safe way. To make tea, for example, simply boil water, turn off the heat, place a tablespoon of the dried plant, or 2 fresh leaves, in a cup and let it rest for 5 to 10 minutes. Strain and drink. If you want to sweeten it, use honey or brown sugar, but avoid overdoing it. Some plants, such as turmeric and ginger, can be used together to enhance the effect, such as in an anti-inflammatory tea. If the idea is to take care of your skin, like with aloe vera or calendula, you can use the gel directly from the plant, in the case of aloe vera, or make a compress with warm tea. For muscle pain or cramps, arnica can be used in ointments or in compresses with cold tea. For digestive problems, such as heartburn or poor digestion, basil or espinharisanta can be taken as a tea after meals. For coughs or colds, guaco or lemongrass help to alleviate symptoms. If you have anxiety or difficulty sleeping, lemon balm or lemongrass are great options for a relaxing tea before bed. It is important to remember that some plants are not recommended for pregnant women, young children, or people with allergies. For example, wormwood should not be used by pregnant women, and nettle can cause irritation in some people. Always start with small amounts to see how your body reacts. Another tip is to vary the plants from time to time, so as not to overload the body. If you drink boldo tea every day for a long time, for example, you could end up harming your liver instead of helping it. The ideal is to use it for short periods, like 1 or 2 weeks, and then take a break. And don't forget, plants are allies, but they don't replace a doctor. If symptoms persist or worsen, seek professional help. They work best when combined with healthy habits, such as a balanced diet, light exercise, and moments of rest. Try one plant at a time, notice how your body responds, and adjust as needed. Nature offers many options, and the secret is finding what works best for you. Here are some more plants that can help your body recover quickly and naturally, always in moderation and paying attention to your body's signals. Rosemary, for example, is great for giving energy and improving circulation. If you're feeling tired or have a headache from stress, rosemary tea can help clear your mind. But don't overdo it. Taking too much can make your stomach upset. 1 cup a day, in the morning, makes a difference. Chamomile is known for calming and helping with sleep. If you have difficulty sleeping or are very anxious, drinking tea before bed can relax your body. It is also good for relieving mild stomach aches, like when we eat something that doesn't go down well. But avoid taking too much, as it can cause drowsiness during the day. Mint is another plant that is easy to find and is good for many things. It helps with digestion, relieves gas, and even freshens your breath. If you've eaten too much or have that heavy feeling in your stomach, a mint tea can be a quick relief. Just don't take too much at night because it can keep you awake. Ginger is a real wild card. It helps combat nausea, improves circulation, and even relieves muscle pain. If you have a cold or a sore throat, ginger tea with a little lemon and honey can be a great remedy. But be careful, too much can irritate your stomach. 1 thin slice per cup is enough. Aloe vera, or aloe vera, is famous for helping to heal and soothe irritated skin. If you've been burned in the sun or have a small wound, applying the plant's gel can speed up recovery. But be careful, never use pure aloe vera on your skin without washing it well, as it can cause allergies in some people. And never take the gel inside without guidance, as it can be toxic. Sage is a plant that many people don't know about, but it is great for relieving sore throats and inflammation in the mouth. If you have a cold sore or hoarseness, rinsing your mouth with warm sage tea may help. It is also good for those who sweat a lot, as it regulates perspiration. But don't take it for more than a week at a time, because too much can cause dizziness. Lemongrass, or lemon balm, is perfect for those who are stressed or have insomnia. Its smell already relaxes, and the tea helps to calm the nerves. It is also good for relieving menstrual cramps and mild headaches. But, like other plants, it should not be used every day for a long time. A cup at night, when necessary, already brings benefits. Calendula is another plant that helps with healing, but it is also great for soothing irritated skin, such as in cases of diaper rash or eczema. You can make tea with the flowers and use it as a compress or even add it to bath water. It is gentle and difficult to cause allergies, but always do a test before using on large areas of skin. Basil is not just used to season food. It helps relieve stomach pain, gas, and even cramps. If you have a lazy bowel, basil tea can help. It is also good for those with low immunity, because it has properties that fight inflammation. But avoid taking it at night, as it can make you more agitated. Finally, nettle is a plant that many people avoid because of its itchy hairs, but it is powerful. It is rich in nutrients and helps detoxify the body, as well as relieving joint pain. If you have anemia or feel weak, nettle tea can boost your energy. But it needs to be prepared the right way. The leaves must be dried or cooked, never used fresh, as they can irritate the skin and stomach. Remember, each body reacts differently, so what works for one person may not work for another. Start with small amounts, observe how you feel and adjust. If any plant causes discomfort, such as headache, itching, or nausea, stop using it and try another. And, of course, nothing replaces a good night's sleep, the right amount of water, and a varied diet. Plants are tools to help, but taking care of your body starts with everyday habits.